honestly, statistically, especially in the 100 meters, you can't argue that the United States is not having a great year. You would have swept the medals except you invited Jamaica to the party. It's extraordinary. And I think there's some amount of cross-pollination, where some of the Jamaicans have gone to school in the United States, not Bolton Blake, but maybe that's had some effect in improving the technique, the coaching down there, possibly, but certainly a lot of it they're doing organically on their own. It's a great program.
And it's an interesting thing, isn't it? Because we talk about legacy on the back of London. What do you think? What is it about the Jamaicans that's making just so good in these events?
Traditions, everything in sport. You see that with the Kenyans in distance running. They expect to do well now. They're not going to settle for a fourth place behind an American sweep anymore. And in the end, that's going to make America better. We won't win as many medals as we did back in the old days, but there'll be no more easy medals for the United States. And that's good.
Looking ahead, in there tonight, about probably 10 hours' time, the 1500 metres final for the men. Now, in this country, we remember Sebastian Coe and Steve Ovett and Moorcroft, but of course, perhaps more famously, Kipchoge Keino, people like that. We've got Asbel Kiprop from Kenya, and you mentioned the Kenyans there. The Kenyan tradition in this kind of distances, and perhaps over longer distances, is here. Do you think we're in for a classic final in tonight's 1500s?
We could be. It could go any number of ways. It really could. I mean, the 1500 traditionally is not one of Kenya's strongest events. But they still have won 4 gold medals, second only to Great Britain. But what kind of race it'll be, I don't know. I've heard some people talking about a possible Kenyan sweep. They've got the 3 fastest runners in the world. But for a sweep to happen, the stars have to align magically. There are so many variables. There's so many little things. If you're a fan of chaos theory and say the butterfly effect, the butterfly flapping its wings in the Amazon could cause some of the aspect of Kiprop's heel in the third lap. Anything could happen. And for them to have any hope of a sweep, it has to be a fast pace. Because the slower it is, the more variables that introduces, the more likely some outsider can get in there. An American could snip a medal, or Nick Willis, much more likely perhaps. Anything could happen. For it to be a fast race, they would need a rabbit. And this isn't a Grand Prix meet. There's not going to be a rabbit. The only way that could possibly happen, I've been thinking through the permutations. One of the Kenyans mentioned that they were going to run as a team. And if they do that, with one of the Kenyans rapping, there goes the 3rd medal, because you can't be a rabbit and win a medal. Not a just.
That's one of the sayings of the game so far. Then I want to talk to you briefly about the men's high jump as well. Possible the 3 US competitors in there. What chances do you think?
I see that as more of a wide open event. Jesse Williams, he had a great meet last year at the World Championships in Daegu. He could do it, but I would look just as carefully at the Russians. But it is wide open. Anything could happen, and especially hopefully it'll be a little drier and warmer there tonight than last night. But that could have an effect on the competition.
Well, Jeff, you've written this book, The 100 Greatest Track and Field Battles of the 20th Century. Not surprised to see it's not in chronological order. It's in the best, on top 100, right down to 1. And Billy Mills is right at the top from Tokyo 64.
Yes, I wasn't there for that one.
No,
It's
not patriotic either, is it?
Yeah, but I've met so many people who tell me that was the race that made them lovers of the sport. That's the race that they just fell in love with. It's amazing the effect that it's had on them.
Just remind us very quickly of why it was such important.
Billy Mills considered something of an underdog, running against the world record holder Ron Clark in 1964 Olympic 10,000 meters, and the last lap no one expected it, but Mills came storming past the entire field, with the nation on their feet, and perhaps maybe could relate a little bit with the way Mo Farah won the 10,000 meters on Saturday.
Yeah. And we'll see how it goes in the 5,002. Jeff Hollobaugh, thanks very much for joining us. That's absolutely perfect. And finally, hundreds of fans descended on Caracas International Airport on Monday to greet Venezuela's gold medal winning fencer Ruben Limardo. He's returned home victorious